So Crafty Mavens, I'm going to be very honest. This video is kind of a fail, but the page is kind of awesome. So right now I'm showing you what I used as, what I scrap lifted. I scrap lifted, the first layout was from Nancy Sinclair, Kitty Scrapper, and the other two with the big rays are actually both old layouts of mine. Here I'm just showing you some of the things that I'm going to use. I have this paper that I cut some bats out of. I'm going to use it as the background or the base. And then I cut on my Cricut some letters. So I cut the word sun in really big bold font. And then I did cut the word eclipse as well. So I'm showing you that I'm going to use that as my background because you won't see where all the bats are cut out. And then I'm showing you that this is my scrap bag. And I'm going to go through it and look for yellow paper. Didn't realize I don't use a lot of yellow paper in scrapbooking, and it was kind of hard to find some, but there you go. So here I am with the letters all cut out, and I'm just using some acrylic paint. I was going to do watercolor, but I got lazy, and so I'm just using some acrylic paint. And I'm going to grab an old piece of packaging, kind of use it as a palette over to the side. And I'm just going to do kind of an ombre white to yellow on the word sun. So the videos have failed because my camera cut out and I didn't even get most of the actual scrapbooking part. So you're going to see me paint this. You're going to see me start on the rays in the background. So that's what I did, is I kind of took that big bold title or word from Nancy's layout and then took the idea of the rays from my own layout. Here I'm grabbing packaging. And so you can see those templates to the right there. I'm showing you, I'm just using some generic acrylic paint. You can see the templates to the right. Those templates I created back when I did those two original layouts, and I just had saved them. And I thought, I'm doing a layout about the eclipse, which is probably a pretty common theme at the moment, and so I decided that for a theme about the eclipse, sun rays were the perfect thing to use. So that's what I'm doing here. And it's going to take me a long time to paint it, but that gives me a long time to talk. So I got some really good photos while the eclipse was going on, and took some photos where I was at. And then I just write about where the rest of my family was. So I really love the way this layout turned out, even though you guys won't get to see that part. It's really cool. So it was difficult. I wasn't feeling inspired. I wasn't feeling like scrapping, but I needed to get this video for you guys. So that was complicated, but it's good. So there I am, actually finally starting the yellow. I'm going to talk about the sunray process while I'm doing this too, simply because I don't have a lot of that saved, and then I don't have any of the scrapbooking process part. Once I get the background done, I got none of that. So for the templates, the sun rays, what I did was, like I said, I had those templates that I created the last time. To create those, what I had done was taken a piece of like cardboard, chipboard, whatever, that was 12 by 12. It came from a piece of packaging from some scrapbook paper. And I picked a middle point for my design. I had cut a circle out of that middle point because I heard the overlapping area is hard, so I picked what was going to be a center point. It's not the center, it's very off center, but I picked that point, and then I just drew rays. No rhyme or reason, no particular size. I just drew lines out to the sides of the paper. And then I cut those out. I numbered them so I could put them back together, and then decided, because I'd done all that work, I was going to keep them. So it worked perfectly that I had those for this layout. So what I did was then laid those all out on my table, went through all my scraps and found yellow. I do use a couple pieces of some printed black letters, letter paper, word paper as well. But mostly I grabbed yellows. And then I just decided, grabbed a piece of paper, found a ray that would work, didn't want to do two similar things too close together, flipped the template over, traced it, cut it out with my scissors, and then glued it down to the piece of paper that I'd cut all those bats out of. So this is completely using scraps of stuff. I do use one 3x4 card and a couple pieces of, it was like a cut apart word paper. I use like one little piece of that. I use letter stickers I got at the Dollar Tree. This is a incredibly budget layout. I actually put eclipse glasses on it. I do use some enamel dots. Those were probably the most expensive thing that I used. But even those came from China, so they were not that expensive. I'm almost done painting. I just wanted, there were a couple of places it didn't look super ombre. It's not going to matter in the end. I'm going to outline it, and once you get the letters out, it doesn't look as obvious anyway. So this is just regular white cardstock, so it did bow a little bit, but I let it dry good, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to glue it all completely down anyway, so it's all fine in the end. I think I'm done with that. Yep. So here I'm showing you that template all laid out, and I'm kind of showing you how I do it. Like I said, I have those template pieces numbered. They're in a big circle, and yeah, that's all good. And I tell you, I'm going to speed it up and show you. There's the template done. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the finished page. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize for the video fail, and have a great day.